What's up guys, it's Denodon here and welcome to Spintires, which is a little game that you can find on Steam, and it is one of the best off-road style simulators I've seen for a long time. Now, you drive around in these things. These are, well, Soviet period trucks that I can't even pronounce the names of. They're just, a letter and a number. And you got that big one in the background there. And we're on a map, which I'll show you here, which is called the Coast. Now, as you can see, I've sort of explored a bit of this map, and yes, this is basically all wilderness. The whole objective of the game is to get lumber from this point and take it to other points, but you can do anything else along the way. Like you can see there's fueling points here, you've got various cloaking things to unmark, you've got a garage over there which you need to unlock, so you've got another starting point, and various other things. But let's not waste time, let's get into the bit that everyone actually wants to see about this game, and that is how the off-roading goes. Now you can see that this road straight out the front here is already quite battered because it is, well, the starting road. So let's just go down it and watch how the wheels just kind of sink in, and look at how the mud actually sort of deforms as you drive through it. Like, the wheels are pushing it out the way, they're throwing up the mud around them. And if I switch into the all-wheel drive here, you can see now the front wheels are doing the same thing. And we're getting a bit deep here, so we've got to try and get our way out. Now, this vehicle obviously isn't the best for this sort of area, but it's what I decided to start with. And also you can see the mud actually does show on the vehicles, and if they get damaged, they will show the damage as well. Now, you'll notice here, because if I'm fiddling around, one awkward thing with this thing, or this game rather, is the camera is a bit awkward to use. You kind of just sort of move it around and it's all sort of very floaty. It does allow for very cinematic looking shots, but it's also very different for if you're someone like me who's used to a bit more of a fixed camera. But yeah, also you can see on the top left you got a compass, which on this mode, if you set a marker on the map, will show you a place to go. Then in the bottom left you got your information, so you got your differential lock, which I tend to use on almost constantly. All-wheel drive, which is, self-explanatory. The gears, which you can do manually, but I've left in automatic because I prefer it that way. The parking brake, which is quite useful at times. And the winch, which is a lifesaver, as I'm sure you'll probably see. And then you've also got some other information like how far you've driven, how much fuel you've got, which is important, you don't want to run out. And then the damage, because if the vehicle gets damaged, it gets disabled. So yeah, we've got that. But yep, I'm just going to keep driving down this way until I get to the bit I want to show you. Actually, I can't go any further and show you what I want, because if you look here, I kind of got bogged down in the mud, and it's a little deep. This truck isn't really going anywhere. I mean, I'm slowly moving, but I can't really get out of it. Now, there's two things I could do here. I could use the winch, hook it to one of these trees and pull myself out, or I can do one of the other things, which I will show you in just a second. I mean, look at that. That's the other thing I want to show you. If you look at this mud detail, is it stays. So this mud looks as rough as it is because I've been using this road a fair bit, and it's changed how the thing actually looks. But yes, I'm going to actually go back and show you what I was going to do when, instead of using the winch on this vehicle. Alright, our little friend may be stuck, but here comes rescue in the form of that giant-ass truck. Now, this thing has some of the best off-roading abilities, but as you can see, it's also got, very high fuel consumption. Because that's another thing to keep in mind in this game, is that having the all-wheel drive or differential lock on will change your fuel usage. But anyway, here we are, we've got this fitted. Now let's rescue our guy out using the winch. So we switch to advanced mode, and we set that we want to use this. Then we got to choose an anchor point. You can see we can winch attach to the trees, or in this case what we want to do is we want to attach it to our friend here. So we'll link it to him, there we go. Now what we need to do is start, bringing us back. So let's get out of this, and let's start, we've got to get him to pull in. Now he's pulling it in. Now we're using the winch to pull him in slowly, as you can see, but I'm also going to use the engine to help sort of drag him out of this mud, so that, hopefully we can use him again. Because this game has multiplayer, so that's what this sort of thing is for, even if, that's not what we're particularly using right now. So, there we go. Better stop pulling the winch before he gets too far away. Now we can disconnect that, and we can switch back over to our other guy. Here we go. And now we can drive him again. And this guy's got a utility thing on top, as does him. So if we go to repair, we can say repair him, and he's been repaired. So, you know, they can help each other. But anyway, let's continue on with this guy. And let's see if we can get to where we were trying to go in the first place by avoiding that horrible bit of mud there, which is the whole reason that guy has left. But yes, we gotta go this way. You can knock down these trees, so let's see if we can, but this guy is pretty lightweight, so he's probably not going to be able to. So we're going to try and skirt our way around them. Oh, we don't want to get stuck. I mean, the other guy can always pull us out if we need to, but, you know, I'd rather actually make it legitimately. So we're going to keep going down this way. Yep, slowly making our way forwards, and we've not got bogged yet, so, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but we're getting there. And yes, this game is not for someone who wants to have, you know, a fast game, because you can see this is about the speed that you'll be playing this game at 90% of the time. You don't move very fast because of this mud. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't want to go too fast when you look at some of this stuff. But yep, you've got the logs over there, so if you want to load up, that's where you got to load up. See, it says lumber there. And we've got a trailer here for one of the other guys. This guy can't tow that, unfortunately. But, you know, it's there. But the other thing I wanted to show you, oop, I hit a rock, is the water effects are quite nice. Now, I'm just going to go into it, and you can see, as I plow through, I took damage. The water actually deforms around much like the mud does. Like, you know, it ripples depending on your movement. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. But yep, let's just get out of there. We don't need to really stay in there. And let's actually show you where some of my other vehicles are. So let's put the brake on. If we go to F1, we can see where they all are. So let's go to this guy first, who, after her heroic journey, got kind of bogged in this ground here. And no matter what I did, as you can see from the mud, he's not able to get anywhere, and his trailer got kind of jackknifed there. But this guy doesn't have all-wheel drive. He's only got the two wheels at the back with chains on them. So there's some variety, but yes, and it's like, oh, I got so close. I was trying to get him to the garage. I drove him all the way from up here, and you see he got it to there, just within, 176 meters of the destination, and got bogged. So, you know, that sucks. Then if we switch on over, we got this guy here, who I got to the garage that I'm trying to unlock, which you can see I need garage points, which are things you need to carry on the back. But this guy didn't have that. He had this utility one, which is for repairs. So, you know, I'm just left him there to mark the spot. We got this one over here, which again, I was trying to do another similar thing with the garage, decided to take a shortcut, didn't work, and kind of got stuck here. Now, the truck itself can move. I mean, you can see this one, it's got all-wheel drive, but it is kind of stuck. What has got a bug, though, is the trailer, which, if you look, has got a tree on one side there, and a tree there, so it's not going to be able to move very easily, unless I do a lot of movement with the winch. And then, finally, you got this one that I unlocked over here, who, when you unlock him, like some of them, it doesn't have any fuel, so I can't actually drive him. Now, of course, I can actually drive it, if I use, as it says there, rescue to a garage. So let's say I click on the garage. No, I don't want to click that. Set on the garage, rescue him to there, and now here he is. He's at the garage. And you can see I can fit all sorts of things. So I've got a crane I can fit. I'm going to uninstall the tractor because I don't want that. But you can see, you know, we've got garage points, a log cart for carrying the logs. I don't know what the carriage is actually for, like what it does. The repair thing, which, like I said, does repairs. And you got cisterns or whatever that will carry fuel, but this one doesn't seem to have that, which is interesting. Oh no, that cart has the fuel, but that's something. And the cranes, which are quite nice to have, so you know, if you need a crane, they're what you want. But let's just put garage on this guy, because he's probably going to be able to make it to where, you know, the other ones have failed, so to speak. But yep, he's fitted. Let's turn the lights on, and let's see how he drives. But yes, there's a lot of vehicles in this game. There is all sorts of things you can do in the game. I mean, you're supposed to, like I say, handle the lumber, but you can do basically anything you want. So it's up to you to find, what do you want to do in the game. It is a little bit expensive maybe for what it is. I mean, it's just a handful of maps. And yep, look, this guy demolishing the trees there. But yes, it is just a handful of maps, so it's not the biggest game, although the maps are quite big, given, how slow you move through them. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to say there is a free tech demo available from when this game went through Kickstarter, because this was a Kickstarter game, and I will try and link that in the description if I can find it. Otherwise, I'll just have the usual link to, Steam Store if you want to get this game. Look at a bit of deformation in the trailer, like cloth there. But yes, other than that, I'm going to say this is Spintires. You already know probably if you want this game or not. It is quite a fun mud simulator if anything. And just to leave us off, I'm going to sound the horn, which as you can see here scares a bunch of birds away. And it scares birds away pretty much every time you sound the horn with that interesting ripple effect. But yes, I'm Denodon, this is Spintires. Safe driving.